In New Jersey, COVID-19 shutdown sparked a federal religious liberty lawsuit against Governor Philip Murphy. The Thomas More Society has sued Governor Murphy on behalf of a Jewish rabbi and a Catholic priest whose religious rights were violated with the issuing of selective enforcement of New Jersey's COVID-19 stay-at-home orders. Attorney Christopher Ferreira joins us now with more. Christopher, great to have you on the show. So give us here real quickly a little more detail on what happened that led to this lawsuit in the first place.
Well, what we have going on in New Jersey is something that has never been seen in the history of that state or in the history of this country. We have a governor who is literally micromanaging the lives of millions of people with a series of executive orders that govern when they may leave home, where they may shop, what businesses may operate, what businesses may not operate, and also tightly regulating divine worship by strictly limiting the number of people who can be involved in in-person worship services. It is our position in this suit, given the developments of recent days, that the entire rationale for this regime of restrictions on millions of people collapsed when Governor Murphy not only endorsed but participated in mass marches in protest of the death of George Floyd, undoubtedly the victim of police brutality. Now, that's a worthy First Amendment cause. Thousands marched for it, and if thousands can march for it shoulder to shoulder with the governor participating, where is the threat of the virus, we ask? There is no threat that would warrant a continuation of this lockdown. The problem we see now is that we have a governor who is adjusting his executive orders to suit his value judgments and preferences of the moment. So when he was called out for having participated in mass gatherings, violating the rules that he lays down for millions of others, he issued an executive order, Executive Order 152, that suddenly declares that everyone now has First Amendment rights in the state of New Jersey, again, as far as outdoor gatherings go, provided the gatherings are for the purposes of political protest or religion.
Yeah,
we find that very curious.
Sure. Christopher, let me just ask you this. Where do things stand now with the easing of these restrictions, especially as the state enters phase 2?
Well, the way things stand now is that indoor worship services are still restricted unfairly and unjustifiably to 25% of the capacity of the room in which the service is conducted, or 50 persons, whichever is less. So theoretically, if you have a very small room, that would be one person representing 25% of the capacity. Or if you have a church that seats 1,000, you can only have 50 people in that church. Meanwhile, of course, businesses of all kinds, accounting firms, law firms, manufacturing facilities, favored retail businesses with staff in the facilities have no such restrictions. We're told now that indoor gatherings can only occur if they involve this magical number, this limited number of 50 persons. But what exactly distinguishes an indoor gathering from an office gathering of, say, accountants or lawyers? The scheme that this governor has imposed on the state of New Jersey makes less and less sense as the days go by. And we find that the situation has become simply intolerable. There's no more justification.
Mr. Ferreira, I'm going to have to leave it right there. We've run out of time. Thank you so much for coming on the broadcast.